Alright, hey there, Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Prox right here, back for another set of Prox Guide of the Phantom Hourglass. If you did miss out during the last one, well, we just went and returned all the way back to the Temple of the Ocean King to go and find the Northwestern Sea Chart. That is going to be the final and said last type of map that we do need, so that we can go and search for the last of the said pyramidals to be at. Now, there is going to be two different areas that we can go and check around with. Now, unfortunately, we can't really go and head off to this area just for right now, because we don't really have a set type of item to at least somewhat protect ourselves from this big, huge, gigantic cyclone, which that does hold out where the last of the said pyramidals is going to have to be happening from there. So what we're going to have to go and decide to go and do is that we're going to head off into the other said little mini island that's going to be around over here, known as the Isle of Dead. Now, you want to be really careful around heading on into this place, and I do recommend on trying to at least make sure that if you haven't really been out of your way of doing some customization with your boat at this point in time, this would probably be the best type of time to go ahead and do so, because you will be running into a situation like myself, where since I only just have about only roughly around within the 4 type of lifespan within this said boat, we want to make sure at least we have a little bit more than just the 4 that's going to be there. And you are going to have to be running on into with a lot of situations where you're going to have to be facing off with some different sharks. There is going to be some said boats that are going to be out here trying to at least do some sort of attacking alongside with you. So not only Jolene is going to be around at some point around within the ocean, but you will also have to at least board out on some sort of enemies that will be showing up to the ship as well. And just like that, we got ourselves now with a brand new Courage Spirit Gem, and I want to say at this point in time we should be almost about to be rising all the way up to the top for us to get ourselves with another one of those type of said level ups back over at the Spirit Island. And here's another one of these said golden frogs, and if you do want to go and actually at least add this into your sea chart, this is probably going to be a good enough time to go ahead and do so, just so that if we ever do run into a situation where I will be getting myself another game over, which I want to say that I kind of actually go out of my way to do during the time after once I am all done and finished out here with this golden frog. I kind of had to go and restart my time all the way back to this area once again, and man, just only with about like just one more other type of heart remaining just before reaching all the way over here to the Isle of Dead. And here we are now, and this is where we're going to have to do some exploration, and there's going to be quite a bit of some puzzling that we are going to have to go and basically do a little bit within throughout here. And there is going to be a set type of puzzle coding that we're going to have to make sure to write on and jot down, because if you guys go and see that on the top left hand corner there, you can see that there's a lot of those type of tombstones that are around within that area. Try to make sure to remember that for a little bit later on. But also too, while heading on into this little cave area here, you may possibly want to go and read on what this type of guy's books are going to be happening around over here. And there's going to be a lot of different type of information, and I believe there's one type of information that is going to be somewhat interesting that you may possibly want to go and at least somewhat know about. But so that's all about within this book here for right now. So we are going to have to go ahead and move off to the next one here. So that's for something known as the Aquamine or something like that. So I believe that's what our next pyramidal is going to be showing up for. But here for this area, this is not where we're going to be able to find this Aquamine. This is where we are going to have to find some sort of some sort of like charm or something like that that's going to be here. So there's some sort of proof, I guess, we're going to have to know about. So there's more about this pyramidal here. And let's go and read through the last book as well. So this is another one of these Explorer Compasses here. More about this whole Cobble Kingdom situation. And now, I totally forgot about going into a little bit of a hidden area here, but there is a hidden part just before exiting on out of that said little cave part. But we will be checking that back soon, because there is going to be a said little mini game that we are going to have to be a little bit careful about, because if you guys remember those type of said root wars, and when we went and met up with those before, where they are the more annoying of the said rupees, which that will actually deplete your actual said rupees alongside within there. This is where you're going to have to be very cautious when you walk around, because if you go and take one little walk, you are going to have to lose out on some rupees. But here within this type of pyramid area, speaking about with walking, there is going to be a set type of code that we are going to have to try to memorize, and for right now we don't really have that said code just yet, but what we are going to have to go and do is head on out of here. And if you ever do go and read out on one of those type of slates, it talks about heading over to some sort of west area, and you have to go and kind of search around in this type of location here, and this is where you can go and find a hidden hole that is just around within this part, and there is a said type of ballable area that we are going to have to go and throw on down and see what we can go and find around within here. So let's just make sure that we go and blast that out of the way, pick up some extra more other bombs if we ever do need. But there is going to be some chests, some extra other rupees in here. There's going to be a lot of rupees in this area, and I think for me personally is just that if you are going to be going out of your way to be collecting out with all the other different set like spirit gems or like other different like parts of like the heart containers and whatnot, you're going to possibly want to go and actually make sure to go on ahead and try to grab all these rupees around just in this location here. Okay, so apparently there's some sort of eye that we're going to have to go and hit or something around over here. Probably they could be talking about that switch, because I know that there is a switch somewhere around within this location, which we are going to have to go and search for. Now, around within this area where I do actually have this game somewhat paused at this point in time, but we will be coming back to this while we are here. There is going to be some enemies, and there's also going to be some rolling boulders, and there's going to be a lot of these type of rolling boulders here, and unfortunately we will be getting ourselves hit a little bit throughout here, and I know that I'm kind of just rushing my way throughout this particular part, but that's because that we already have like so many amount of hearts as we do for right now that I guess we could get ourselves a little bit injured as we go along. It's not really all that too much amount of damage, but you don't want to be taking up too much amount where you're going to be kind of running into a problem. But for right now, for us, we're doing somewhat pretty good at this moment, so let's just go and head all the way up here. And I think this is where we can go and run on into a said type of treasure chart. So if you do want to go and pick up with this, I think this would be something handy for us to go and do later. So there we go, and that's going to be something added right around within this location here. And this is where we are going to have to get ourselves with that boomerang, or even an arrow for that matter, and opening up with the said door, which this is going to be leading us to the tombstone grave. So let's go and head all the way over to there just in a little bit. But for right now, this is going to be that particular said little mini game that we're going to have to go and do with the root ores. So let's just go and head on into here and just be very careful for what's going to happen in this way. So as you guys go and see, there's a lot of these type of like rupees on the ground. You don't really want to be picking those up, because as you guys are going to basically go and see is that we are going to be losing rupees every step of the way as we go along. So just walk very cautiously around here. Don't try to go and interact with some of these at all, or else you will be in a really big annoying problem where you are going to have to be losing out on a lot of different rupees. And I remember when I went and played through Phantom Hourglass before, and I never really realized on what an actual rupor was. I remember I had like so much money coming on into this area, like during my time, and then all of a sudden I ran into this type of particular predicament here, and I was just like losing just losing rupees like all the time throughout here, and that was not fun at all. So here we go, got ourselves with another treasure map right there. And let's go and get ourselves with another type of ship part 2. So always good to see that. So now let's go and check and see how much type of spirit gems we do have, and we have quite a bit. We have like 9 of each of both from the wisdom and the courage, but we do have 14 of the power gems, so we're getting almost very much close to getting that level 2 that we do need. Okay, so first things first is that read through the different tombstones here, and this is how we're going to be able to get the type of combination of what we're going to be needing from when we actually have to head all the way over directly to the said pyramid. So now we're going to actually have to go and put this to the right, and there's going to be another one that's going to have to say and put it to the right as well. And then we are going to have to go and then basically, I guess, head up and then head up again, and then that's going to be our said password right there. So we're just going to make sure to mark that as an up arrow, and then we're going to also have the other one that's going to be an up arrow. And then basically the last tombstone is going to be the one where you are going to be meeting up with this type of sage that is going to be here, or that type of knight that's going to be within this type of guy that's here, that Brant guy. So here we go. Let's start off our time here. So we went through the top one first. Now we're just going to have to go and just head over directly to the right. Head directly to the right again. And then head upwards, and then head upwards, and then that should give us what we do want. And it should give us a whole new type of area right here. So there we go. And there he is. And there's his little coffin space right here too. So this is this Cobble Kingdom. This is with Brant here. And yes, we do have the power of wisdom and the courage as well. We are on our adventure at this point in time. And we do need that pure metal, that aquamarine thing. So he is going to go and open up the door for us. And all we have to do now is just walk up those stairs. And there is going to be a chest waiting for us here to give us that charm. So now this is where we are going to have to go and end off with the episode for today. So thank you guys so much for going and checking out with this type of episode for today. See you guys in the next one. And we will be heading off to the main destination for when we actually do have to go and reach all the way directly towards to the last said other pure metal. And with that being said, see you guys then and peace.